All praises, all praises, all praises to the heavenly, holy, almighty creator of infinity, eternity, the universe, the stars, the earth, the mountains, the oceans, the valleys, the seas, the clouds, all creeping things, humanity, and all there is. This is Revelations.Unveiled.Detroit. Happy Holy Sabbath, family. We are back together again on the day of the Holy Power Creator. All praises. And we are crossing the threshold of transition. We are exposing our carnal cranial universes, surrendering our carnal commonalities, bearing forth our souls to receive the cosmic information and the holy communication of the fire and the heat of the word of all creation. All praises. And as we congregate and congeal and convocate together, we are at the Revelations.Unveiled.Detroit den. Come on in as we begin to explore the beginning to the end. And we are basking in the glow of the fireplace. We are sipping at the cocoa hot chocolate and the warm spiced tea and the donuts and brownies, and we are filing into the place to find a soft space, and we are giving out our hugs and love and care and coordinated concern for the brethren and the sisterin as we stare into their eyes and the souls of their eternity and being. All praises. And we are here to share and to bask and to glow and to be together. This is our safety. This is our harmony. This is our peace as we come together, as we continue on the road to righteousness, as we study in the wonderful wisdoms of the power of the construction of eternity. Yes. And we are blessed as we continue to say thank you and give honor and glory and reverence to the power of all for the gift and the grace of the gift and the breath of life for another 7 days as we sojourn in this continent of confusion we call Babylon, Egypt, and Sodom, United States of America. And we shall begin on our walk in the wonderments of wisdoms at the Revelations.Unveiled.Detroit channel standards in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 6. For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore you sons of Jacob are not consumed. Followed by our second heavenly eternal standard in the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 8, in reference to the holy anointed Messiah, the wonderful, the Redeemer, the Savior, the King of Israel, whom the world refers to as Jesus Christ, the same yesterday and today and forever. And as we continue on our glide and our slide, we don't slip and we don't trip, but we do a quick visit by our holy brother prophet Isaiah in the 28th chapter, verses 9 through 11. Whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breasts. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little. For with stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to this people. All praises, family. And we are ready as we have donned our helmet, our sword, and our shield. And we have put on the armor of our practicing the righteous acts of protection and election and selection of the election, as we continue to sip and nip, as we impart upon the mission for the initiation, for the reconciliation of the holy nation, and to the 12 tribes scattered abroad wherever you may be. I did not forget my continuous petition and prayer for your care and safety. And to my brothers and sisters of the world, the pending Israelites, those who refer to themselves as the melanated and the Moors, the original man and children of God, the sovereigns and sojourners, the copper-colored, the colored and people of color, the aboriginals and indigenous, the natives, Negroes and niggas, the natives, Negroes and niggas, the Afro-African Americans and blacks, the descendants of slaves, and those conquered and colonized. Yes, family, as we continue in our escapades in these elections of excellence, last week's episode had us beginning our review of Brother King Jeroboam, the son of the servant of King Solomon, as he had taken rulership of the northern tribes of the house of Israel, and he expelled the Levitical priests from the land of Samaria and set up the golden calves in the two cities for worship for the children of the house of Israel, whereas Rehoboam, king of the southern tribe, or the southern kingdom, the son of Solomon, had taken rulership over the tribes of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi had came to join the kingdom. And this week we shall continue in our review of Brother King Jeroboam, as last week we saw that a prophet from the kingdom of Judah was sent to Brother Jeroboam to prophesy against the false, wicked, idol altars that he had set up. And when the condemnation had come down upon the altars in the sight of Jeroboam, he beseeched the prophet of Judah. But the prophet of Judah left. And within the land of Samaria of the northern tribes was another prophet who sent his sons to call upon the old prophet of Judah. And we shall continue that historical review in the book of 1 Kings, chapter 13, verses 9, verses 14 through 34. And we begin. And went out after the man of God, and found him sitting under an oak. And he said unto him, Art thou the man of God that came from Judah? And he said, I am. Then he said unto him, Come home with me and eat bread. And he said, I may not return with you, nor go in with you, neither will I eat bread nor drink water with you in this place. For it is said to me by the word of the Lord, Thou shalt eat no bread nor drink no water there, nor turn again or go by the way that thou came. And he said unto him, I am a prophet also as you are. And an angel spoke unto me by the word of the Lord, saying, Bring him back with you into your house, that he may eat bread and drink water. But he lied to him. Verse 19, so he went back with him, and he did eat bread in his house and drank water. And it came to pass that they sat at the table. And it came to pass as they sat at the table that the word of the Lord came unto the prophet that brought him back. And he cried unto the man of God that came from Judah, saying, Thus saith the Lord, for as much as you have disobeyed the mouth of the Lord and has not kept the commandment which the Lord your God commanded you, But you came back and have eaten bread and drunk water in this place, of which the Lord did say to you, eat no bread and drink no water. Your carcass shall not come unto the sepulchre of your fathers. And it came to pass, after he had eaten bread and after he had drunk, that he saddled for him the ass, to wit, for the prophet whom he had brought back. And when he was gone, a lion met him by the way and slew him, and his carcass was cast in the way, and the ass stood by it. The lion also stood by the carcass. And behold, men passed by and saw the carcass cast in the way, and the lion standing by the carcass, and they came and told it in the city where the old prophet dwelt. And when the prophet that brought him back by the way heard thereof, he said, it is the man of God who was disobedient unto the word of the Lord. Therefore the Lord has delivered him unto the lion, which has torn him and slain him, according to the word of the Lord which he spake unto him. And he spoke to his sons, saying, saddle me the ass. And they saddled him. Verse 28. And he went and found his carcass cast in the way, and the ass and the lion standing by the carcass. The lion had not eaten the carcass, nor torn the ass. And the prophet took up the carcass of the man of God, and laid it upon the ass, and brought it back. And the old prophet came to the city to mourn and bury him. And he laid his carcass in his own grave. And they mourned over him, saying, alas, my brother. And it came to pass, after he had buried him, that he spoke to his son, saying, when I am dead, then bury me in the sepulchre wherein the man of God is buried. Lay my bones beside his bones. For the saying which he cried by the word of the Lord against the altar in Bethel, and against all the houses of the high places which are in the cities of Samaria, shall surely come to pass. After this thing, Jeroboam returned not from his evil way, but made again of the lowest of the people priests of the high places. Whosoever would, he consecrated him, and he became one of the priests of the high places. Verse 34. And this thing became sin unto the house of Jeroboam, even to cut it off and to destroy it off the face of the earth. Whew. All right, family. That was some intense history of the nation, so that we see that two prophets commune together. But one prophet was disobedient in his mission. For wit, he lost his life. And the second prophet, now recognizing the power of the first prophet, has certified his word from the Lord against the house of Jeroboam. And we shall continue to explore the continuing history of the southern and the northern kingdom. All praises. And family, that was our fortification as we strengthen our thighs and knees and square our shoulders and dip our heads and head down this hallway of hell through the arrows of affliction and the darts and daggers to our ego's arrogance and dignity, as we anticipate the javelins and the jabs and the stabs in the center of our being, from the pineal to the pituitary, as we ponder the precepts of perfection in the book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 1. Better is the poor that walks in his integrity than he that is perverse in his lips, and is a fool. Also, that the soul be without knowledge, it is not good. And he that hasteth with high feet sins. The foolishness of men perverts his ways, and his heart frets against the Lord. Wealth makes many friends, but the poor is separated from his neighbor. A false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaks lies shall not escape. Many will entreat the favor of the prince, and every man is a friend to him that gives gifts. Verse 7, all the brethren of the poor do hate him. How much more do his friends go far from him? He pursues them with words, yet they are wanting to him. He that gets wisdom loves his own soul. He that keeps understanding shall find good. A false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaks lies perishes. Delight is not seemly for a fool, much less for a servant to have rule over princes. The discretion of a man defers his anger, and it is his glory to pass over a transgression. The king's wrath is as the roaring of a lion, but his favor is as the dew upon the grass. A foolish son is the calamity of his father, and the contentions of a wife are a continual dropping. Verse 14, house and riches are the inheritance of fathers, and a prudent wife is from the Lord. Slothfulness casts into a deep sleep, and an idle soul shall suffer hunger. He that keeps the commandments keeps his own soul, but he that despises his ways shall die. He that has pity upon the poor lends unto the Lord, and that which he has given will he pay him again. Chasten your son while there is hope, and let not your soul spare for his crying. A man of great wrath shall suffer punishment, for if you deliver him, yet you must do it again. Hear counsel and receive instruction, that you may be wise in your latter end. Verse 21, there are many devices in a man's heart. Nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord, that shall stand. The desire of a man in his kindness. Verse 22, the desire of a man is his kindness, and a poor man is better than a liar. The fear of the Lord tends to life, and he that has it shall abide satisfied. He shall not be visited with evil. A slothful man hides his hands in his bosom, and will not so much as bring it to his mouth again. Smite a scorner, and the simple will beware, and reprove one that has understanding, and he will understand knowledge. He that wastes his father and chases his mother is a son that causes shame and brings reproach. Cease, my son, to hear the instruction that causes to err from the words of knowledge. An ungodly witness scorns judgment, and the mouth of the wicked devours iniquity. Verse 29. Judgments are prepared for scorners, and stripes for the backs of fools. Woo, family, family, family. As we emerge from the effervescence and expansion and extension and escalation of those precepts of perfection, woo, we absorb the dents and the bangs and the bings and the pangs and the pains of the Proverbs of perfection. And now we offer the soothing sage and salve of the song of the Psalms of King David, the brother prophet, the apple of the Lord's eye. In the book of Psalms, chapter 7, verse 1, Shagayon of David, which he sang unto the Lord concerning the words of Cush, the Benjamite. O Lord my God, in you do I put my trust. Save me from all them that persecute me and deliver me, lest you tear my soul like a lion, rending it in pieces, while there is none to deliver. O Lord my God, if I have done this, if there be iniquity in my hands, if I have rewarded evil unto him that was at peace with you, I have delivered him that without cause is mine enemy. Let the enemy persecute my soul and take it. Let him tread down my life upon the earth and lay my honor in dust. Selah. Arise, O Lord, in your anger. Lift up yourself because of the rage of mine enemies, and awake for me to the judgment that you have commanded. Verse 7. So shall the congregation of the people compass you about. For their sakes, therefore, return you on high. The Lord shall judge the people. Judge me, O Lord, according to your righteousness and according to my integrity that is in me. Oh, let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end, but establish the just. For the righteous God tries the hearts and reins. My defense is of God, which saves the upright in heart. God judges the righteous, and God is angry with the wicked every day. If he turn not, he will whet his sword. He has bent his bow and made it ready. He has also prepared for him the instruments of death. He ordains his arrows against the persecutors. Verse 14. Behold, he travails with iniquity and has conceived mischief and brought forth falsehood. He made a pit and digged it and is fallen into the ditch which he made. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate. Verse 17. I will praise the Lord according to his righteousness, and will sing praise to the name of the Lord Most High. All praises, family. Oh yes, as we continue to marinate on the mental magnificence of the word, as that wonderful psalm seeps down into the cracks and crevices of the cerebellum and cerebrum, as it just canvases the cranial cortex. It fills in the sleeping space of emptiness, of the darkness, and the knowledge of our carnal commonalities. And as we continue on our journey into the enlightenment of righteousness, we shall continue on this Holy Sabbath Wisdom series, week 19. We will be reviewing the apocryphal text of the Wisdom of Solomon and the book of Ecclesiasticus. So family, once again, take a break, have a snack. I'll be right back. This is just a slow pause for the cause as we get ready for the second part of the Sabbath Wisdom series. And we are at honor and we are at rest on this day ordained from the beginning of the creation of all imagination. To be continued. This is Revelations.Unveiled. Detroit.